Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And today is Tuesday, September 23rd. All the items you see here are going to go on sale Wednesday, September 24th, here at Fox Comics in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And up first is a larger format, what is known as a Treasury edition of a new release by Robert Kirkman and David Finch. It's called Skinbreaker, issue 1. That'll give you an idea of the scale difference. But we have some Treasury editions available for that. Out also this week is Ultimate Spider-Man Graphic Novel Trade Paperback Volume 3 out this week. One that Mr. Fox is quite excited about is the Compendium 1 of Monstrous. A beautiful, beautiful, wonderful story, beautiful book, great series. All right, we're going to get down to the comics because that's why we're all here. Up first from DC is Absolute Wonder Woman, issue 12. And there's just a wonderful variant. And a Merca and Andolfo variant as well. From Marvel, we have all new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider issue 2. And there's your Alex Ross portrait of Mr. Fox. Dark Horse Comics brings us Archie versus Minor Threats issue 2. Marvel brings us Battle World issue 1. And there's your cutout mask variant for Battle World. From IDW, we have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees Rite of Spring, issue 3. And there's one of the variant covers. And there's another variant cover. From the Nacelle-verse, we have issue 4 of Biker Mice from Mars. Marvel brings us Black Cat, issue 2. And there is an Alex Ross variant for that and a Land variant for that as well. From Image Publishing, we have part of the Spawn universe, Black Ritual, the Book of Onyx, or Book of Nyx, and that's issue 5. DC brings us Catwoman, issue 79, and just a fantastic cover. And Frank Cho adds a variant. He raises this one. And there's a Panosian, and I believe that's a Gabrielle Del Auto, which is just fantastic. Titan Comics brings us Conan the Barbarian, Scourge of the Serpent, issue 1. Great jumping on point for those of you that love Conan. Dark Horse brings us Critical Role Vox Machina Origins, and that is issue 1, series 1, issue 4, Marvel brings us Daredevil, issue 25. And there's a Great Barons variant and another lovely variant. And then if you're going to go trick-or-treating, the cutout mask variant. DC brings us part of their Black Label series, DC versus Vampire, World War V, issue 12. There's your variant cover for that. From Marvel, we have Death of the Silver Surfer, issue 4. From DC, we have Detective Comics, issue 1101. And then we have a couple of beautiful, again, a Gabrielle Del Auto variant, just killing it. A Frank Cho, just wonderful variants all around for Detective Comics. Also available this week, The Dusk, issue 1. From Marvel, Emma Frost, White Queen, issue 4. And there's your Alex Ross variant for that. From Image Publishing and Rick Remender comes Escape, issue 2. And there's the variant cover for that. DC brings us The Flash, issue 25. And there's your Mark Spears variant for that. Image Publishing brings us Gehenna, Naked Aggression, issue 4. Marvel brings us issue 3 of Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe, and a wonderful variant cover for that. That's just perfect. DC brings us Green Arrow, issue 28, and there's your variant cover for that. From DC also is Harley Quinn, issue 54, and then there's your David Nakayama variant right there, and another lovely Gabrielle Del Auto variant right there. From Image Publishing, we have Hornsby and Halo, issue 10. Also from Image Publishing, we have Hyde Street, issue 9. And there's a lovely variant for that. Also from Image Publishing, we have I, Tyrant, issue 3. And from DC, part of their Elseworld series, we have Immortal Legend Batman, and that is issue 2. And there's your lovely variant cover for that. Let me move those off. And then we have from Image Publishing, part of the Universal Monsters series, we have The Invisible Man, issue 2. And just a great variant cover for that. Kind of a knockoff of the Jock Batman variant, I think. And there's another variant cover there. From Marvel, we have Jeff the Land Shark, issue 4. DC brings us Justice League Unlimited, issue 11. And we have a couple of really lovely variants for that. There and there. And one more, just to be sure. And there's the one to be sure. That's the Hispanic Heritage Month. From Image Publishing, Lazarus Fallen, issue 4 from Rucka. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, The Sword of Flaws, part 1, issue 1 from Dark Horse Comics. And there's your variant cover from that. Boom Studios brings us Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, volume 3, issue 2. And there's your variant cover. And of course, we have another variant cover. And then I wish we had a Virgin. Oh, there it is. And oh, I wish we had a mixed media. And there that is. IDW brings us Monster High World Scare, issue 2. From Keen Spot, we have Mark Spears' Monsters, issue 7. And that's the lead singer, I think, from 10,000 Maniacs. And then we have that variant as well. From Image Publishing, we have issue 60 of Monstrous. Marvel brings us The Mortal Thor, issue 2. And there, your mask if you're going to go Halloween trick-or-treating. And there's your Marvel Rivals variant. And one more variant just for the fun of it. DC brings us Mr. Terrific Year 1, issue 5. DC also brings us the new History of the DC Universe, issue 3. Image Publishing brings us News from the Fallout, issue 4. Mad Cave brings us The Phantom, issue 1. Marvel brings us Predator, Black, White, and Blood, issue 3. Mad Cave brings us Red Vector, issue 2. Oni Press brings us Rick and Morty versus the Universe, issue 3. Dynamite Publishing brings us Silverhawks, issue 8. Image Publishing brings us one of the bigger releases this week, Robert Kirkman, David Finch's Skinbreaker, issue 1. And there's one of the variant covers there. And another lovely variant cover there. And gosh, I wish we had another variant cover. And oh, there it is. And then the incentive is there. They have a little foil for the name, I think is the difference. Image Publishing brings us issue 5 of Sleep. Dynamite Publishing brings us Space Ghost, issue 3. And a beautiful variant cover and another beautiful variant cover for that. And then one of the hotter releases out this week, I think, is going to be Spider-Girl issue 4. And there's the Alex Ross variant cover for that. And one more saucy variant right there for Spider-Girl issue 4. Marvel brings us Spider-Man and Wolverine issue 5. IDW brings us Star Trek, The Last Starship issue 1. And there's the beautiful variant cover for that. Star Wars Dr. Aphra Chaos Agent issue 4 from Marvel is next. Also from Marvel, Storm issue 12. And there's your trick-or-treating mask if you care to have that. IDW brings us Street Sharks issue 1. DC brings us Superman issue 30. And a couple of really great variant covers. And then we've got that one. Also from DC, Superman Unlimited, issue 5. And again, just some really interesting variant covers there. There's a Mark Spears. IDW brings us Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures, issue 29. Marvel brings us The Thing, issue 5. And then we have from IDW, The Twilight Zone Blanks, written by Dan Waters, issue 1. And there's your variant cover for that. Marvel gives us the Uncanny X-Men issue 139 facsimile reprint. Image Publishing brings us Undiscovered Country from Scott Snyder, issue 33. Marvel brings us Ultimate Hawkeye, issue 1. Marvel also brings us Ultimate Spider-Man, issue 21. And there's your lovely variant cover for that. Dynamite brings us Vampirilla Halloween Horror, issue 1. And of course, we have a couple of lovely, again, I think a Jock takeoff on the bats is just fantastic. And there's one more variant cover there. From Marvel, we have Venom, Black, White, and Blood. Image Publishing brings us Viking Moon. And a couple of lovely variants for that. Marvel brings us The Vision and Scarlet Witch, issue 5. And there's that variant cover. And then, of course, we have the trick-or-treating mask cover. Image brings us The Voice Said Kill, issue 3. Also out this week from Image, issue 23 of Robert Kirkman's Void Rivals. And there's a lovely variant cover. And then the incentive is right there. DC brings us Wonder Woman, issue 25. And there's a Mark Spears variant there. Just lovely, lovely variant there. The Matriarch variant there. And the Pumpkin Spicy variant there. And then, of course, there was a foil from Nakayama. And, of course, Mr. Fox had to get that. Boom Studios brings us Wind, The Power of Blood. And that is issue 5. Marvel brings us X-Men, issue 22. And there's your heap of Alex Ross variant cover there. And there's a Mystic Mayhem cover there. Beautiful variant cover there. And the last variant cover there for Marvel Rivals. That's all the items that came in this week. Remember, they all go on sale Wednesday, September 24th, here at Fox Comics in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. Thanks.